In late antiquity, no one could have imagined that a vast civilization would rise from the deserts of the Arabian Peninsula. Yet following sweeping conquests, caliphs and sultans would come to rule immense empires through eras of prosperity and of catastrophe. This is the story of 1,000 years of Islamic history, centered on its Middle Eastern heartland. In the 6th century, the Arabian Peninsula stood at the crossroads of great powers, the Persian Sasanian Empire in the east and the Christian Byzantine Empire in the west. Its Arab inhabitants were largely nomadic tribes, bound by culture, language, and tradition. Most practiced polytheism, worshipping many gods. But everything was about to change. Around the year 570 CE, Muhammad was born in the city of Mecca. According to Islamic tradition, he was chosen by God as the final prophet in a long line of messengers, including Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. His message was simple yet transformative, the call to pure monotheism among the tribes of Arabia. Over the course of many years, revelations were received in stages, later compiled into the Quran, the central scripture of Islam. At first, his message was met with resistance. Persecution followed. But in 622, Muhammad and his followers migrated to the city of Medina, an event known as the Hijra, marking the beginning of the Islamic calendar. There, a new religious and social community began to take shape. After Muhammad's death, his successors adopted the title of Caliph, meaning successor. The first 4 caliphs, later known as the Rashidun, or the rightly guided caliphs, were selected one by one based on their close association with the Prophet and their personal character. Together, they ruled for nearly 30 years. During this time, the first Muslim state began to take shape, establishing institutions, systems of taxation, and administrative bureaucracy. Military campaigns followed. In a remarkably rapid expansion, the Caliphate stretched from Iran to North Africa. The Byzantine Empire lost vast territories, and the Sasanian Empire collapsed entirely. In Islamic tradition, this era is often remembered as a golden age, yet it was also marked by deep internal tensions. 3 of the 4 caliphs were assassinated. Disputes intensified around the supporters of Ali ibn Abi Talib, Muhammad's cousin and son-in-law. This group, later known as the Shia, believed that Ali had been designated as the rightful successor. Others, who would come to be known as... In 661, the Umayyads, an Arab family based in Syria, came to power, ruling for nearly 90 years. The Islamic capital shifted from the Arabian Peninsula to Damascus. With this transition came a new political model, a hereditary dynasty in which the title of caliph passed from father to son. Under Umayyad leadership, a second great wave of expansion began. The empire soon stretched from Central Asia to the Iberian Peninsula. But in 732, the Muslim defeat by Frankish forces at the Battle of Tours marked the end of further expansion into Western Europe. The Umayyad Caliph Abd al-Malik sought to centralize authority in Damascus. He strengthened the administrative system, reinforced Arab identity within the empire, and launched major architectural projects, most notably the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem. Yet beneath this power lay deep social and political divisions. rebellions, and civil wars shook the caliphate. In the Battle of Karbala, the killing of Ali's son delivered a profound and lasting blow to the Shia community. By the mid-8th century, opposition movements united into a powerful military force. The Umayyad family was overthrown, bringing their... In 750, out of a period of chaos and revolution, the Abbasid dynasty rose to power. They were a Sunni Arab family, proud of their lineage tracing back to Abbas, the uncle of Muhammad. With their victory, a long era of upheaval came to an end. Abbasid leadership would endure for more than 5 centuries. Soon after consolidating power, Muslim forces achieved a decisive victory at the Battle of Talis against the Chinese Empire, marking the limit of expansion in the east. Unlike their predecessors, the Abbasids abandoned large-scale territorial conquest. Instead, they turned inward, focusing on governance, administration, and cultural development. They moved the capital from Damascus to a newly founded city, Baghdad. Within decades, Baghdad grew into what many described as the largest and most prosperous city in the world. The Abbasid Caliphate became a center of poetry, literature, medicine, philosophy, and astronomy. Greek, Persian, and Indian works were translated into Arabic, laying the foundation for original scientific and intellectual achievements. In the West, Iberia was never ruled by the Abbasids, but by a remnant of the Umayyad dynasty. The Islamic presence in Spain lasted hundreds of years, slowly being pushed back by the Christian Reconquista. In the East, various Persian dynasties ruled at the expense of the Abbasids. Some of them were the engine behind a revival of Persian culture, which received a severe blow with the Arab conquest. The Persian language was reborn and adopted the Arabic script. In 945, the Persian Buid family took control of Baghdad. Even though the Buids were Shias, they chose not to oust the Sunni Abbasid Caliph, but to limit his power, while controlling a confederation spanning Iraq and western Iran. Their presence lasted for more than 100 years. At the same time, the Fatimids gained power. They were an ambitious Arab Shia dynasty that traced itself back to Fatima, Muhammad's daughter and wife of Ali. The Fatimid dynasty spread through North Africa to Egypt, established Cairo as its capital, and from there ruled vast areas. It called for the overthrow of the Abbasid Caliph, managed networks of Shia missionaries, and was suspected of subversive activity, causing panic among the Sunni caliphs. The Fatimids ruled their shadow caliphate for an impressive 200 years, but failed to defeat Baghdad. In the 10th century, against the backdrop of the political success of Shia dynasties such as the Fatimids and the Buids, in the 10th and 11th centuries, political and climatic pressures struck the steppes of Central Asia, setting Turkic clives in motion. These nomadic peoples depended on horses and livestock and were highly skilled mounted archers. Their transformation unfolded in 3 stages: conversion to Sunni Islam, migration into the Middle East, and eventual political takeover. In 1055, the Seljuks, a Sunni Turkic dynasty, entered Baghdad, removing the Shia Buyids and restoring Sunni dominance. They adopted the title of Sultan, a title that would shape Middle Eastern politics for centuries. Like their predecessors, the Seljuks did not depose the Abbasid Caliph. Instead, they ruled in his name while exercising real political and military power. They defended the Abbasids against the Fatimid challenge and became agents of a broader Sunni revival. This preserved the symbolic centrality of the Abbasid Caliph as the ultimate source of legitimacy in the Sunni world. In 1071, at the Battle of Manzikert, the Seljuk Sultan defeated the Byzantine emperor. Anatolia was opened to Turkic settlement. Over the following centuries, Greek-Christian Anatolia gradually transformed into a Turkic Muslim land. From this trend, in 1095, while the Islamic Middle East remained politically divided, the Crusades were launched under the direction of the Catholic Church. Their declared objective was the liberation of holy sites from Muslim control. European forces captured Jerusalem and established several Crusader states along the eastern Mediterranean coast. Crusader presence in the region would last nearly 2 centuries. During this time, many Muslims viewed the Crusaders as representatives of a less advanced civilization, culturally inferior to their own. In the 12th century, Saladin, a Sunni Kurdish leader, rose to prominence. He eliminated the Shia Fatimid rule in Egypt and founded the Ayyubid dynasty, which governed Egypt and Syria. In 1187, at the Battle of Hattin, Saladin decisively defeated the Crusader armies. Jerusalem soon returned to Muslim control. Although the defeat was severe, the Crusader states survived for nearly another 100 years. Meanwhile, the Seljuk state collapsed, allowing the rise of a new regional power, the Turkic Khwarezmian Empire. Once a vassal of the Seljuks, the Khwarezmian state expanded across Iran and parts of